Hey, vinyl friends and vinyl community, it's Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records, and it is Monday, and that means it's time for another installment of Vinyl Editions. So stick around, and I'll show you 5 new albums that have come to my door. Welcome back. So, there are 5 new albums that I want to show today that I've picked up in the last week, and I'm really excited about these. I've kind of not really bought a whole lot over the last week, but I did pre-order a bunch of stuff, and it has finally come in. And then I also found a couple really good deals on Amazon's warehouse that I want to show as well. So, first and foremost, this first album that I'm going to show you is one that Amazon had on sale. I didn't even know this existed, to be honest with you. It's from 2016, and it's an artist that I've really gotten into lately. This is Ashley Monroe, and this is live at Third Man Records, and it was recorded direct to the acetate, so that's kind of a cool little thing. It sounds really good. I'm really impressed with this album, and I really love Ashley Monroe's music. So this was before her latest release. I believe it was right before her second album, Blade. So I'm pretty sure that's when she recorded this. So she had a full album, Like a Rose, out, and I think this was right before Blade hit the market. So a really cool little live set that Amazon had on sale for, I think it was like $11. So being the fan I am of hers, I just decided, what the heck, I'll take a chance. So if you like really good country music, she's got an amazing voice and a great songwriter as well. And this is just a really fun live set. The sound quality is pretty good on it. And a great deal from Amazon. So I picked that up. The next album I want to talk about. Okay, so I am a huge Blackberry Smoke fan, and I probably have not shown enough Blackberry Smoke on this channel, and that's got to change in the future. But for now, I want to just tell a little story. So the wife and I, we went out and saw these guys. They were doing an acoustic tour. So I saw them last summer at the Minnesota Zoo in a concert series, and they were absolutely phenomenal. I took my son with me. He's a big fan as well, and we had a blast. It was really good. They're an amazing live band. So when I found out they were coming back again, and unfortunately for my son, it was an 18-plus show, so I had mentioned it to the wife, and she said she'd like to go see it because it was an all-acoustic show. So we got tickets, and we went and saw. So they had a band named Ida May who opened up for them. They're an English band, I believe, and they are absolutely fantastic. It's a husband and wife duo, and just an amazing group. So we were watching this, and I decided to look them up on Amazon to see, what they had available, and found out that they were releasing an album in June. And so Friday, their new album dropped. I pre-ordered it while they were still on stage. That's how much I really enjoyed it. And it finally came actually today in the mail. It's Ida May, Chasing Lights. It's absolutely fantastic. If you like a bluesy, country, folky type stuff with a great duet, this is your style right here. Fantastic guitar player, great singer. Wife is a phenomenal singer. Just absolutely great music. Love it. Listened to it this morning and just couldn't have been happier with this purchase. Ida May, Chasing Lights. It is available on Amazon. This is the first album of theirs that is available on vinyl. So go ahead and check it out and pick it up. It's really good. All right, so I told you that I found 2 albums on Amazon's warehouse deals. Now, I'm not sure if you've watched my video previously from before where I talk about how you can get really good deals on Amazon warehouse, and you can also get really crap. And it's a risk you take. I should mention that one of my worst Amazon deals is when I picked up Steel Panther album, and it came and it was literally ribboned. The whole album was ribboned, and I'm not sure how they did it. It was still factory sealed, so nobody had opened it up, but I paid $10 and got a ribboned album, And when you buy from Amazon Warehouse, the normal return methods are no longer valid because they're considered usually an already returned album, opened album, something happened, some damage was done to the album, that kind of thing. So the only thing that they will do is refund you the money. Well, I just decided not to bother with a refund at the time because it was $9, and so I still have the album. It's got great cover. Everything is perfect except for the album itself is ribboned all the way around. You cannot play it. It's awful. But most of the time when I buy Amazon Warehouse items, they come and they're just fine. You may have some damage on the cover, creases, some stickers, some things like that. But that stuff doesn't bother me as long as the vinyl is in good shape and it sounds great. And you can get amazing deals. So I hunt the warehouse probably once every couple weeks just to see what's out there. And every once in a while I find some great stuff. And that's no exception for these two albums that I picked up. The first one I want to show you is from Silverchair. Made famous with their album Frog Stomp. This is I think this is probably their fourth album. I'll have to look that up. But this is called Diorama. It's one that I've actually never owned before, so I'm really excited to hear it. I've only ever owned Frog Stomp and Neon Ballroom, which are two of their bigger ones. So this one, and I think there's one more that's out there that you can get that I haven't heard yet. So I'm really excited to listen to this. This was a band that I really enjoyed when I was in high school. So who knows? Maybe this will be even better. We'll have to wait and see. But this is an MOV press, and I think I got this for $12, which to me is kind of a steal for what it is. These go for, I think, around $25 to $30 brand new, and this came, and the only thing that was wrong with it, I think, was that it didn't have the original package, the original cellophane on it. So basically someone probably opened it, took the download card out, and then returned it. And so I don't have the download card, which is fine, but the album looks to be in just beautiful shape. The cover is great, and it's an MOV press, so it's going to sound amazing. So I'm anxious to put it on to make sure there's no kind of warps or anything like that, but from first inspection, it looks really good. So Diorama by Silverchair. The next one is, this is a band that was big in the early 90s, and I got to see them open for Def Leppard in 1992, I believe it was, at the State Fair. And they were real big for their cover of Cats in the Cradle, and of course everybody knows the song Everything About You. I'm talking about Ugly Kid Joe. And I have obviously got the America's Least Wanted album on CD, and then I also have a CD of another album that they did a few years later that I really actually like a lot, but I kind of haven't followed them since. And this is a new album from them that I believe was just put out a couple years ago, and so I'm curious to see it. What's cool about this is there's only, I believe, a few new songs on here. I think it's like 5 or 6 songs on here are brand new, but they do a redo of Cats in the Cradle, all acoustic. So this is the album here, and it is called Stairway to Hell. A little play on the AC/DC classic cover here, Highway to Hell. So this is a mixture of Zeppelin and AC/DC to it, so kind of cool. But this is I think their first album in almost 10 years or something like that they've put out, and so real anxious to listen to it. Always loved the voice here, always loved that, and I believe most of these guys are the original members of the band, if not all of them, so that's kind of cool. So very anxious to see this. I think I picked this one up for $14. It wasn't a real good deal, but it was still sealed. The only reason that it was cheap was because the seal had broken on the side here, so they didn't know if all the stuff was still in there. But the cover's immaculate. The vinyl looks to be untouched, so I'm real happy. And it also still had the download card in there, so excited about that too. So here you go, Ugly Kid Joe, Stairway to Hell. And the final album that I want to show you is one that I've been hemming and hawing about for a long time. It's my favorite album by the band, and it's just always been expensive and I just didn't want to pay what they've been asking for. Every once in a while it would drop about $4 or $5, but it still seemed too high. I was hoping and hoping it would get down into that lower 20s range. It never did. So I finally just said screw it, and I ordered it, and I'm so excited. This is Bon Jovi's Keep the Faith. It's my favorite. I got this for Christmas when it first came out on cassette tape, and listened to the hell out of it with my cousin and my brother, and just really, really love this album. And so I don't know why I just didn't buy it when I should have it the first time. I just didn't, and I finally just said to myself, this is stupid. You want this album really bad. Your Bon Jovi collection is getting bigger and bigger, and you just don't have the one you really want. So I bought it, and I'm excited. This is by far, it's my favorite. It's really good. And so this is going to get played real fast, and I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. So there you go. 5 albums that I picked up over the last week that I'm really excited about. 2 Amazon Warehouse deals. If you're not familiar, go to Amazon, go all the way down to the bottom of the page, and you'll see an Amazon Warehouse deals link real small down there. I think it's about the 3rd or 4th row of links. And click on that and go into music, CDs, and vinyl, and you can go through there and see what they have. Sometimes, always pay attention to the shape. You'll see user acceptable, user good, user, all that stuff. You want to pay attention to that because it'll tell you kind of what's wrong with it and why it's on the warehouse. The best deals are always going to be the very goods and the like news, obviously. But you can take a chance on some of these where they say like the cover's damaged, but the vinyl's okay. And I do that a lot, and it works out really well. Sometimes it doesn't. I will caution you on that. But there you go. So that's going to do it for this week. Thanks for watching. And until next time, keep spinning, vinyl friends.